This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So Joe Manchin is not a good person. I was going to say he's not a good Democrat, but I mean, he's barely a Democrat. He caucuses with the Democrats. That's about as Democrat as he is. And he was asked, well, before I even get into this clip with Norah O'Donnell, this very brief clip with Norah O'Donnell where she asked him about voting for Donald Trump, I want to point out that he's not running for re-election now. And he is, it seems, involved with the No Labels group, which is just an organization with the sole motivation and objective to spoil the election in favor of Donald Trump. It is conservatives who run this thing. It is Republicans who run this thing. And to try to get a Joe Manchin involved in the election, hoping to siphon off Democratic support for Joe Biden, that's what they want to do. All of the money that has been poured into from billionaires and the mega wealthy are Republican people. So when he's asked this question and he feigns, I don't know about who I would support, I want you to recognize that that's what the motivation is here. That's what the objective is here. In fact, I did the math here, and it takes him nearly 15 seconds to get the answer of the question out. Answer to the question out. She asks him about, well, would you vote for Donald Trump? Who would you vote for? And should it not be an easy, well, I won't vote for Donald Trump. Nope, that's not on the table. Maybe I wouldn't vote for neither candidate. Maybe I'd vote for some weird third party option, which would be throwing my vote away. But I would never vote for Donald Trump. He is a dangerous demagogue, a fascist who attempted to end democracy in America. 91 counts across 4 indictments. No, never would I vote for Donald Trump. That's not what he says. He takes 15 seconds to get the easy answer out of his stuttering, what would I do? Stammering mouth. Watch this.
If it comes down to it, will you vote for Trump or Biden?
I think that's it's a hypothetical question, thinking not knowing what we're going to have and who we're going to have. To make a choice right now, okay, let me just say I could not vote for Donald Trump.
But you're not convinced you could vote for Joe Biden?
Well, I want President Biden. I would hope the changes would come. I would hope for that.
Are you considering leaving the Democratic Party?
I'm not sure if the Democratic Party thinks I'm part of them anyway.
We don't. You're a scoundrel. You're a turd. We don't. And the reason we don't is because it took you 15 seconds. When I say at least 15 seconds, the reason I say at least is because there were edits there. Just what they showed was at least 15. There were clearly, when they cut away, there was something they cut out. I don't believe it was just a stylistic presentational choice. So maybe it took him 20 seconds. Maybe it took him 30 seconds. Maybe he had to stop and gather his thoughts and take a minute or so to figure out whether he was going to vote for Donald Trump. He couldn't answer the question, what should be, like I said earlier, the easiest question to ask. If I ask you, so between Trump and Biden, who are you going to vote for? The answer is not Trump. Is it not? And if the answer is not Trump, well, then you weren't going to vote for Joe Biden in the first place, because you clearly don't have a good feeler out there about what is taking place in America right now. You clearly don't value democracy enough, and that is certainly the case with Joe Manchin, to make the choice that Trump is not a choice. To contemplate voting for Donald Trump is to contemplate ending democracy in America. Yeah, a democracy had its run. Let's see how fascism works for America. Let's see how autocracy works for America. Let's see what putting an oligarch in charge does for America. And that is exactly where Joe Manchin is. Anyway. Gross. What do you think? I'd love to know. I invite your participation in this conversation. You can leave a comment below. We can disagree agreeably if you're a Joe Biden or a Joe Manchin fan. You can also leave me a brief voicemail. I welcome the input from West Virginians. It is 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I welcome your input. I would also ask that you consider, I would invite you to become a channel member. Click the join button below, see what's involved. For $1.99 a month, you can help produce this content. That's only if I bring you value. If there's someone else out there on this platform who is within the independent media space, who does more for you than me, support that person. It doesn't have to be me. Of course, I would love it, but if there's someone else out there who does more for you, support that person. You can also go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. There's a super thanks button. Make sure you're subscribed, you like and you comment and you share this video. All those are also great ways to help support what we do. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.